iPhone rumors are like flies at a summer picnic. They're nearly unstoppable and they're constantly incoming. I've collected all the iPhone 5S/6 rumors I could lay my hands on, and I'll be disclosing them with you in this video, which is basically an iPhone 5S/6 rumor roundup. So let's start with probably something that most people are wanting to know first off, when we will get the next iPhone. Odds are strong that the immediate successor to the iPhone 5 will debut in either September or October, because the last two iPhones were announced within that window. The release will all but certainly coincide with the availability of iOS 7, and the new phone's design should follow the iPhone 5's. Beyond these obvious notes, the areas that seem most ripe for updating on the iPhone 5S would be the resolution of the cameras. And now there's also that 128GB iPad, so maybe there'll finally be an 128GB iPhone option too. Another thing that we could be seeing at the launch of the next iPhone is a couple different variants of the iPhone. Analysts have predicted that the current 4-inch iPhone doesn't appeal to as many people as Apple would like, so they're planning to release a bigger version of the iPhone and then a budget version of the iPhone. The bigger version of the iPhone would likely compete with phablets from other companies such as Samsung and HTC, and would likely have like a 5 to 6-inch screen. It would still run iOS, and it would operate very similarly to like a small iPad mini. The budget iPhone that we also could be seeing would have budget materials made out of maybe like plastic. It might chop off the rear camera, much like we've seen with the new 8GB iPod Touch 5th generation with no rear camera, no color options, and it's cheaper. We could be seeing something like that with the iPhone 5S or 6, or depending on whatever it would be called. Apple will probably not add near-field communication to the next iPhone as part of a new mobile payment system scheme, because at WWDC 2013 this year, they were advertising a feature called AirDrop in iOS 7, which allows you to share, photos, documents, and stuff like that with other iPhone users who are nearby. They were saying also they didn't like the whole concept of tapping iPhones to share documents, so we will probably not be getting NFC. iOS 7 will actually be an interesting thing to see how it works on the new iPhones. If it'll work much the same way as it works on older variants of, Apple's devices like the iPhone 5 and the iPad 4 and, the iPod Touch 5th generation. Or maybe it'll add some new features that aren't available on older devices, much like we've seen in previous years. Let me know what you think about, the next iPhones in the comments below. I'm interested to get your opinion. Rumors are constantly incoming with new, information about the next iPhone, so, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt. But with that said, it's interesting to speculate on what features the next iPhone could have. I'm just going to read you just a couple of the, sample of things that analysts are predicting for the next iPhone. Let me start now. One analyst predicted that the iPhone will not be released this year. Another one suggested that the new iPhones could be multicolored. Another one predicted the iPhones would release in September. One predicted that iPhone 5S and 6 display production is currently ongoing. One is predicting that the next iPhone, the iPhone display production will begin in a couple months. And one analyst is predicting that the iPhone 5S and iPhone 6 will not be released for a little while because Apple is having development problems and will be pushing it back to next year, 2014. This one I don't think is very likely, but as you can see, there are lots of different rumors about the upcoming iPhones. I mean, all of these are, very speculative, and so, don't trust any of them that much, but, let me know what you think about the next iPhones in the comments below. And thanks for watching this CTN video in which I've, rambled on about the upcoming iPhones.